reading section, which is the second section of your IELTS exam. Just now we saw the first section, which is listening, and we are moving on to the reading section. So the reading section has normally 3 passages, and there are 2 versions of the test, as you are aware of. One is the general training and the other is the academic module. So there is a variation only in the reading part and the writing part of this particular test, regarding slight variation regarding what is administered for academic module and the general training module. As far as the listening, what I have already discussed, it is common for all the students taking the IELTS, irrespective of the general training or the academic. It is common module. So regarding, first I would like to tell you how the academic version differs from the general training module of the IELTS reading. So in the academic module, all the 3 passages are extracted from academic background, normally from reputed journals which are edited and given on various topics like civilization, anthropology, science, medicine and things like that, and so on. Regarding the general training also, we have 3 passages: passage 1, reading passage 2 and passage 3. The only difference being, in general training module, the first section or the first reading passage will normally contain certain advertisements or notifications, like followed by certain questions. And the rest of the 2 passages are more or less similar to what is being faced in academic reading passages. The total duration of the reading is 60 minutes, and it has 40 questions in all, spread across 3 passages. So each passage will have approximately 13 questions, to be precise. So 13 into 3 is 39. One of the passages will carry 14 questions, making the total to 40 questions. So out of these 40 questions, for each correct response you are given a point, like in listening, and at the end the raw scores out of 40 is being converted on an IELTS band score from 0 to 9 for reading. So if you are looking out for a good score in reading, you have to work at least if you are aiming for a 7 band, I would advise you to look for a score of 35 plus out of 40, so that you're quite sure of getting a 7 band on your IELTS reading, which is a good score. So I hope that you work towards this target. So about the test, there is totally the 3 passages put together will have 2,900 words. That's the total length of the all the 3 passages put together. So approximately each passage will be from 900 to 1000 words. So there will be 3 passages in all, and each passage you have to spend not more than 20 minutes. So 20 into 3 is 60, and here there is no transfer time that is being given to you. So you have to mark the answers in your answer sheet as you move on, and you will not be given any extra time to transfer your answers from the question booklet to the answer sheet. Let me quickly take you on through what are the types of questions that you may face on this particular section in reading. So quickly going through the list, you will have matching the paragraph headings, then true, false, not given questions, then yes, no, not given type of questions, then you have sentence completion, and then you have labeling a diagram, and then short answers no more than 3 words. So these are some of the questions that you might face in your IELTS reading passages. Apart from, there will be some questions regarding notes completion or form gap fill responses. So quickly going through some of the strategies that you need to adopt for the reading is, I would like to advise everyone who's preparing for this exam, from my experience, to caution you on one thing, that we all know how to read. We think that we are good in reading, but when it comes to comprehension part, especially which is being tested by the Cambridge, especially in the IELTS exam, Indian students are normally not really good. So basically you need to improve your comprehension skills You must be able to critically analyze the piece of reading, and you must be able to extend your thought process in understanding the tone of the message, the attitude of the perception of the writer, and so on. So which is really a tricky part for most of the students. So IELTS, a variety of reading skills is being tested and analyzed. For example, when you take matching the paragraph headings, basically when you read, a small tip for you to improve your scores is you need to identify the topic sentence of what basically is the topic sentence, because the topic sentence in each paragraph gives you an idea of what the paragraph is all about. And quickly moving forward, after the topic sentence, you will find some extension and some kind of additional details about the topic sentence which will be discussed. So it is an extension of the topic sentence which is given. So you need to quickly run through the topic sentence and skim through the rest of the paragraph and identify which of the headings will match as well. I must also caution you that for every paragraph this may not work. There are certain paragraphs without the topic sentences. So you need to read the whole paragraph and understand the overall message, the big picture, and then you have to locate your answers. Then regarding the multiple choice questions and regarding the reading part, before we move forward, two things I want to tell you. One is you must understand the meaning of what is paraphrasing. See, normally the questions in the question paper and the reading in the content in the reading passage are different. The questions in the question paper will normally contain the same information in different words or in using different words or phrases. So it will not be the same. This is called paraphrasing. And also you need to understand synonyms, because the questions use different words which have similar meaning to the words that are used in the passage. So you need to understand these two things. And I would advise the students to go through lots of reading practice, like daily reading editorials from Hindu paper, reading lots of news every day, and then trying to make notes of the words whose meanings the student may not understand. Look upon a good dictionary and note down those meanings. That's a very, very important skill. Then another point that I would like to tell you is, in the paragraph headings, you must be able to read the content and understand the contents very well, which is quite challenging because these passages are taken from the journals which have very rich vocabulary. So vocabulary you need to pay close attention to improve them if you really are looking out for good scores. And very important, before you answer any question, you have to read the instructions, understand what the instruction is asking you to do. For example, when you take the multiple choice questions type, you have to look at the questions first, and please don't ever read the answer choices. If you read the answer choices, you will get confused. That's the first precaution. Only look through the question, understand the key words in the question. Then as soon as you understand the key words in the question, quickly swift through the passage. That means you quickly scan the passage and locate the key word fast. And then you start reading intensely around that key word, what is being said, and then you try to mark your answers. So this way you can probably ensure your chances of success in this part of the test. So I give lots of tips and strategies and hands-on practice to my students, hand-holding them in my training classes. Another tricky area for you on reading would be the true, false, not given. So what I have observed in my experience of training is, most of the time student gets confused between false and not given. They mark either false as not given or not given as false. So you need to understand what is false and what is not given. When there is no information about a particular statement in the passage, you must mark not given. If something what is said in the statement is opposite of what is stated in the reading passage, then you have to mark false. So you need to keep these things in mind. So what you need to do is, quickly you have to first take a look at the heading of the passage. Then you need to straight go to the paragraph headings and quickly take a look at the statements that is which you're asked to classify as true, false, not given. Read the first statement and then quickly locate the keywords, come back to the passage, read that part of the passage and first check whether it is true. That is whether the statement, what is said in the statement is same as what is given in the passage. If it is same, mark it as true. If it is opposite, mark it as false. If there is no information about it in the passage, mark it as not given. And do not waste more than 90 seconds on any question. In case you are not able to locate an answer for any question, please keep moving forward and later on you can come back to that particular question, mark it, come back to it and later on answer. Timing is very important, so you should never sit on a particular question for more than 90 seconds, which includes the time for your reading, understanding the question and marking your response. The next area sometimes which is challenging for the students, academic students especially, could